Hi, I'm Kathleen with Windy Chaos, a new digital planner sticker shop on Etsy. I come from the world of planner stickers, and I had a successful Etsy shop for 5 years before making big changes in my life that brought me to digital planning and my favorite digital planning system of Breezy Organization. I just had to make my own kits, and in the process, I knew I had to share them with you. So, Windy Chaos was born. This gorgeous kit is inspired by the movie Secondhand Lions. Our family loves this movie. Last year, when we got an outdoor movie screen, this was the first thing we watched. So let's jump in and take a look. As you can see, the kit is set up with a GoodNotes file and can be used side by side with your favorite planner and planner app, depending on which app you use. I personally love Zoomnotes, and I use it with GoodNotes for the sticker books, and it works just great. For me, it's all about the clip art, so this first page is just all important. But here we go. So I don't want to give any of the movie plot away, so I'm just going to tell you that there are two Jasmines on this page, a pile of money, and the cute little text element that says, "Hey, you in the crate, get your lion butt out of there." One of my favorite little quotes from the movie. Gardening and corn play a role in the movie, and the bluebonnets are my addition. We lived near the Texas Hill Country back in the 80s, and I was stunned by the beauty of the bluebonnets and the Indian paintbrushes too. But I just put the bluebonnets in this one. And here is just a sweet little vintage truck, and the airplane plays a role as well. And then this quote, "If I'm going to live here, there's going to be some conditions. No more dangerous stuff. No more fighting teenagers. No airplanes. More vegetables, less meat." So in the movie, there's this collection of dogs and a pig in the film, and I think this little collection here kind of represents them pretty well. They are individual clips, so you can use them however you like and get the proportions and the ratios, of the scale just right. And then this is just some really sweet big elements that you can use. There's a house that kind of looks like what's in the movie, this kind of wonderful ramshackle house that needs paint and new tin and everything. And then there's this really sweet scene with the young man looking out over the little pond there with his little critter friends. And then these are just more of the pretty bluebonnets and hill country. And I just think they're stunning and would make such a beautiful background. So that's the clip art. Now let's look at the shapes. So these shapes will seem pretty familiar if you're a Breezy organization fan like I am. And that means that your favorite widgets are going to work just perfect in them. So here I call these capsules. And I call these chubby. And then on the note, I call these notepads because I just think they make the perfect size for a big old long list of things. But I take two of them and keep them as notepads with just a pretty little uh, bit of a border up at the top with some pattern on it. But then two of them I like to take and make some sort of saying words, or in this case, it's a quote from the movie. The green one has this big long quote, and I'm not going to read it to you, but it's a famous one from the movie where he just talks about the things that every young man should know in order to be a man and what's important in life. And then this other one, she was a real lion, wasn't she there in the end? A real jungle lion, a real Africa lion. And then I call these skinny, and they're my favorite things to put for appointments and such. And these are squarish, and these I call tallish, and I like them for time blocking. I think the one with the green and the money stack is perfect for those times when I need to do all my bookkeeping, which I am such a huge procrastinator of. All right. And then we have the layout shapes, and these are just excellent tools for just easy weekly, daily wit layouts. So These have 7 in their set. So you have the bars and then you have the circle with the bars, and they just make a really easy setup for Monday through Fridays. And these are the arches, and they are in 2 sets of 4. And with this kit, I really did try to kind of divide things between the cool colors and warm colors so that if you like one over the other, it would just be really easy to make things just a certain tone. So that's why they're tilted here so that you can see that they're in 2 sets of 4. And these are little seed packets. That's kind of gardening is kind of a little bit of a theme in the movie. And I just think these are so cute and they are just great for anybody who loves to garden. And then we've got circles, and they're in a set of 4 and a set of 3. Same with the hexagons. And then these plaques are in sets of 2 sets of 3. And then these are shingles, which are the arch shape, but they're turned upside down and butted up against each other. And they're in 2 sets of 4. And squares are in 2 sets of 4. Then we have the fun little funky trapezoids that are in 2 sets of 3. And then these are singles, so you can add another plaque to your 2 sets of 3, and then you've got 7 really easy. Or the same thing with the trapezoids. You know, just anything that you would want to just have a single of that. This way you don't have to go in and crop things, which, sometimes it gets a little finicky. So there you go. And these are the pattern files, and they are just a lot of fun. I love to use these as backgrounds in my planning, and you'll find that there's also some textures that are in here, and this kit especially has extra textures. So let me take you through this. We have this sweet little corn that would be so much fun for any little farm related spreads. And then we have this barbed wire, which kind of for me represents like the beginning scene in this movie where there's all these tons of signs that say go away. And then we have the Texas bluebonnets on blue. And then we just have some weathered wood. And then here are 2 of the barbed wires without a background to them. So I removed the background, and then on one of them, you still see the color of the barbed wire, and then on the other one, that barbed wire has been really muted out. So depending on how you wanted to use it, you can use either one. And then I did the same thing with the blue bonnets. You've got no background, so anything behind is going to show through. In one, you've got the blue still there, it's still in full color, and the other one, it's been grayed out. All right. And then we also have the wood texture, and this has got kind of the texture throughout, but I just took the opacity really low on it. And so that will look really pretty over a lot of different things. And then here are the patterns in a wide washi and in a skinny washi, and then in a little short washi strips that look like they've been torn off a roll. And then you also get 4 picture frames, and 2 of those frames have a pattern with them, and 2 of them just have colors that are used from the kit. And every kit has its own little pinwheel, and you also get the kit information, which includes the hex codes and the fonts that were used. And then we have the date items. You get numbers 1 through 31. You get the days of the week twice, once in a curve, once in a straight. And then one will be like a print and one will be a cursive. And you get those in light and dark. And then here are the mock-ups. I just love mock-ups because they just bring the whole thing together, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at that. That's so much fun. So like I mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of Breezy Organization. I use that planner for myself, and here I have it in this is the fully customizable planner, so you just really get a blank canvas for every layout that's your weekly and your dailies. And so you just have loads of place to just go crazy and have fun. So there's no pre-formatted designs. Um, and here it is in the landscape. You can see here I used the blue bonnet background. I used this larger picture of the boy with all the critters. I used the seed packets, and then I just popped some of the smaller clip art on top, or made it smaller. That house is not small. And then I put the truck and some money in I put in the back of the truck, I put the seed packets and then some corn. And I used that little um, text phrase there as the movie quote, and I just put a little bit of an opaque square behind it so it showed a little better. So, and then here it is in the portrait. So I used the 7 bars on this. You can see how easy that comes together. And then I used that big long quote. I put that airplane in, and I put the lion in and one of the little dogs. And there you go. Just too cute. I didn't put the numbers in this time. I don't know why, but usually I do stick the numbers in as well. But I think it's adorable and I can't wait to use it myself. So let me just round this up with a few little housekeeping items. So after your purchase is complete in Etsy, you'll be able to download a PDF file from Etsy, and it'll contain a link to the kit folder where you'll find a GoodNotes file and a folder with all the PNGs. The PNGs file will have be all named and organized in subfolders. While an iPad and GoodNotes are popular choices for the digital planning community, just know that this kit will work in any number of devices and platforms such as Android tablets and apps like Penly, Notable, Zoto, and more. All of the purchases will also receive a link on that same PDF for the Windy Chaos Library. This is provided as a huge thank you to my customers. Here you'll find different items such as widgets, fun sayings, planner words, and in white and gray in different fonts. And I have plans to add loads more, so stay tuned for those. I hope you'll find this kit and the others I'm offering a great value. I'm not here to critique anyone else's business model. In fact, I've been working years at full-time hours for part-time pay, so who am I to say anything to anyone? But more than anything, it is my hope that you'll find the designs beautiful and what you receive is a good bargain. This set has over 180 stickers. And I just appreciate so much that you're watching this video and that you watched it to this point. I have many big plans for Windy Chaos, and I hope you'll join me on this journey. We're definitely at the starting line, but excited to see this grow. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoy this kit and check it out at Windy Chaos on Etsy.